There is a light that burns within you, a sacred flame that has been placed there by the hand of the Almighty Himself. It is not a light that can be purchased, borrowed, or stolen, for it is the divine imprint of purpose that has been stitched into the very fabric of your being. From the moment you took your first breath, heaven whispered your name and declared over you that you were created with intention, wrapped in destiny, and sent into this world to shine. Yet understand this truth: the brighter you shine, the more darkness will rise to meet you. Evil people, those whose hearts have been poisoned by envy, bitterness, and deceit, cannot stand the brilliance of your light. They cannot bear to look upon it because it exposes the shadows within them, revealing everything they are not and everything they secretly wish they could be. Your light is a mirror they fear, a reflection of their own emptiness, and so they will do all they can to snuff it out. But hear me, child of destiny, they cannot destroy what they did not create. There are those who will smile in your face while plotting your downfall behind your back, their words dripping like honey but their intentions as venomous as a serpent's bite. They will whisper lies to tarnish your name, sow seeds of doubt to choke your confidence, and attempt to cloak your brilliance in the fog of confusion. Not because you have done them wrong, but because your very existence threatens the darkness they have chosen to embrace. When you walk into a room, you shift the atmosphere. You carry a presence that unsettles their demons, and they do not know how to stand steady in the presence of someone so rooted in truth. Your laughter pierces their bitterness like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. Your kindness reminds them of everything they've lost in their pursuit of greed and power. Your resilience is a weapon that terrifies them, because no matter how many times they try to break you, you rise again, brighter than before. You must never take their hatred as a sign of your weakness. It is instead the loudest confirmation of your strength. Evil thrives in secrecy, in darkness, in the hidden corners where shame and deception can grow unchecked. But you, my beloved, are a child of light. And when light shows up, darkness has no choice but to flee. You do not even have to fight to expose them. Simply being who you are causes their schemes to crumble. Your integrity is a force they cannot contend with. That is why they despise you, not for what you have done, but for what you represent. You are proof that good still exists in this world, that hope is not dead, that love can still overcome hatred. Your very being is a declaration that the darkness will not win, and that terrifies those who have built their kingdoms on lies and manipulation. So they will try to silence you. They will call you names, label you difficult, accuse you of being prideful or unworthy, anything to make you doubt yourself. But you must stand firm. You must remember that their opinions are not truth, and their weapons cannot harm you unless you place them in your own hands. It is a painful thing to be misunderstood, to be rejected by those you only sought to love. Sometimes the very people you have poured into, sacrificed for, and lifted up will be the same ones who turn against you. This betrayal can cut deeper than any sword, and it may tempt you to dim your light, to retreat into shadows just to avoid being a target. But do not do it. Do not let the cruelty of others convince you to hide the gift God placed inside you. If you dim your light to make others comfortable, you rob the world of the brilliance you were born to share. You were not sent here to blend in. You were sent here to stand out, to illuminate the path for others who are still trapped in darkness. Every trial you have faced, every tear you have cried has been preparing you for this moment. Your pain has been shaping you into a vessel of strength and compassion. When evil people attack you, it is because they see what you cannot always see, that you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You are a warrior clothed in grace, and your light is a weapon that threatens to dismantle every lie they have built their lives upon. Evil cannot create, it can only destroy. It sees something beautiful and seeks to corrupt it. It sees joy and tries to replace it with sorrow, sees hope and tries to suffocate it with despair. When evil people encounter someone like you, someone whose heart still beats with goodness and truth, they are faced with a choice to change or to attack. Most will choose the latter, because transformation requires humility, and humility is a language they no longer speak. So they will project their brokenness onto you, blaming you for wounds you did not cause, accusing you of sins you did not commit. This is why you must learn to see beyond their words and actions, to recognize the deeper spiritual battle at play. They are not merely coming against you, they are coming against the light of God that shines through you. It is not personal, though it feels deeply personal. It is spiritual. The enemy sees your potential long before you do, and he will send people as distractions, as obstacles, as weapons formed against you. But here is the promise you must cling to: no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It may be formed, it may even strike, but it will not prosper, because the one who lit your flame is greater than any force that seeks to extinguish it. There will be seasons when you feel alone, when it seems as though the entire world is against you. In those moments, you must remember that solitude is not abandonment. Sometimes God separates you from the crowd because He is elevating you to a level where not everyone can follow. You cannot carry dead weight into your destiny. Not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you, and that is okay. It hurts, yes, but it is necessary. If you cling to those who secretly resent you, give them access to sabotage your future. Pay attention to the patterns in people's behavior. Do they celebrate you genuinely, or do they grow silent when you succeed? Do they offer support when you are struggling, or do they only show up to feed off your victories? Evil people are often masters of disguise, wearing masks of friendship and loyalty until your light burns bright enough to reveal their true faces. When that happens, do not beg them to stay. Release them with grace, knowing that their departure is divine protection. Your light deserves to be surrounded by those who will nurture it, not those who will smother it. You must also guard your own heart, for the danger of facing evil is that it tempts you to become like it. Bitterness is a disease that spreads quickly, and anger, though justified, can harden your spirit if left unchecked. Do not let the cruelty of others turn you into someone you were never meant to be. You are not called to revenge, you are called to victory. Your greatest weapon against evil is not retaliation, but relentless authenticity. Keep showing up as yourself, keep loving even when it's hard. Keep speaking truth even when your voice trembles. Every time you choose light over darkness, you are waging war on the enemy's territory. You are proving that goodness is stronger than hatred, that forgiveness is more powerful than vengeance, that hope is more enduring than despair. Your life becomes a sermon, a testimony, a living example of what it means to rise above the muck of this world without ever letting it stain your soul. And understand this: evil people do not hate you because of your flaws, they hate you because of your potential. They see in you the greatness they forfeited when they chose darkness over light. You remind them of the version of themselves they could have been if they had chosen differently. This is why their attacks often come at pivotal moments in your life, when you are on the verge of a breakthrough, when you are about to step into a new level of purpose. They sense a shift before you do, and their goal is to derail you before you fully grasp your own power. That is why you must be vigilant. Do not be surprised when opposition rises just as you are about to rise higher. It is confirmation, not condemnation. It is proof that you are moving in the right direction. If you were not a threat, they would not be fighting you so fiercely. Think of the sun. It does not apologize for shining, even though its light exposes hidden things, even though its heat can make some uncomfortable. It simply rises every morning, fulfilling its purpose without hesitation. Be like that sun. Rise again and again, no matter who tries to block your light. There will always be clouds, but clouds are temporary. The sun remains, your destiny remains. Do not waste your energy trying to convince evil people to like you, understand you, or accept you. Some hearts are so hardened that your light will only make them retreat further into darkness. That is not your burden to carry. Your responsibility is to keep shining, to keep walking in integrity, to keep becoming the fullest expression of who God created you to be. In doing so, you not only honor your Creator, but you also inspire others who are watching you from the shadows, waiting for proof that it is safe to shine too. There are souls who will never tell you how much your light has impacted them, but know this: every act of courage, every moment of resilience, sends ripples through the lives of those around you. You are lighting torches in places you will never see, sparking hope in hearts you may never meet. Evil may be loud, but light is contagious. And as you continue to walk boldly in your purpose, you will find that the darkness cannot contain you. It may surround you, but it cannot consume you. It may press against you, but it cannot prevail. Because light, no matter how small, always wins. Always. So lift your head high, beloved. Wipe the tears from your eyes and let your shoulders straighten beneath the weight of your calling. You are not here by accident. Every battle you have fought, every betrayal you have endured, has been preparing you for this season. The enemy would not fight you so hard if you were not carrying something extraordinary. Let their hatred be your confirmation. Let their attacks be your testimony. And when the voices of doubt whisper that you are not enough, remember this: you are more than enough, because the light within you was breathed into existence by the Creator of the universe. No evil person, no force of darkness can ever take that away. Walk forward with courage, speak with authority, love fiercely, forgive freely, and shine without apology. Your light is your gift to this world, and though evil may rage against it, it will never prevail. Because in the end, darkness is only the absence of light, and you, my dear, were born to be the dawn. There will be moments when your heart grows weary, when the weight of carrying such light feels too heavy for your shoulders to bear, and you will wonder why it seems that your path is always uphill while others dance freely in the valley. You will question why those who live in deceit seem to prosper while you, who have walked in truth, face trial after trial. But you must understand, the greater the light, the greater the responsibility, and the greater the resistance. A candle can light easily, but a bonfire must be fed and tended carefully. You, my beloved, are no candle. You are a roaring flame, and flames of your magnitude do not simply exist. They transform everything around them. That transformation is never welcomed by those who are comfortable in the dark. There are people who have built entire identities, families, even empires in the shadows. And when you appear, you bring with you the unsettling reality that nothing hidden can stay hidden forever. Your light is a revelation, and revelation always disrupts. Disruption invites anger, and anger invites attack. This is not because you are wrong, but because you are right. Your very being calls out to a higher standard that others are unwilling to reach, and rather than rise, they would rather pull you down. Do not confuse their attacks with your failure. Do not look at their loudness and mistake it for power. There are times when evil will appear to have won, when their lies spread faster than truth, when their schemes seem to prosper while you stand wounded and misunderstood. It will break your heart to see people believe the worst of you, especially when all you have done is give your best. But even in those moments, you must stand in the quiet knowing that truth always outlasts deception. Lies are temporary, they burn quickly and brightly, but they burn out just as fast. Truth, like light, is eternal. It does not need to shout to be heard, it simply is. Your task is not to defend yourself against every accusation or to chase down every whisper. Your task is to remain faithful to the path laid before you. When you walk in alignment with your purpose, no amount of slander can derail you. God himself will vindicate you in his time, and when he does, the same mouths that cursed you will have no choice but to witness your rise. There is a peculiar thing about light, it attracts both the broken and the envious. There are those who will be drawn to you because they are lost, searching, desperate for hope. They will come near you not to harm you, but to heal themselves through the warmth of your glow. Cherish these souls. Love them deeply, for they are the ones who will remind you why your journey matters. But alongside them there will be others who come close with darker intentions. They are much disguised as butterflies, fluttering around you not because they admire your light, but because they wish to consume it. They will flatter you with words, feign support, and study your every move, not to learn from you, but to find your weaknesses. Be discerning. Not every smile is genuine. Not every hand extended toward you is meant to lift you up. Some are reaching only to pull you down. Wisdom will teach you when to embrace and when to step back, when to speak and when to remain silent. Silence in its own way is a fortress. Do not underestimate its power. When you are tempted to retaliate, remember that revenge is a burden too heavy for your soul to carry. Evil thrives on cycles. It provokes you, hoping you will strike back so it can claim justification for its hatred. Do not give it that satisfaction. Rise above it. Walk away with your dignity intact, knowing that your light will do more damage to their plans than your anger ever could. The most painful thing for those who wish to see you fall is to watch you keep shining, unbothered, unbroken, and undefeated. Your peace is your protest. Your joy is your weapon. Your continued growth is the loudest victory song you could ever sing. Let them watch as you rise. Let them gnash their teeth while you soar higher and higher on the wings of grace. There is no force on this earth more unstoppable than a soul aligned with its divine purpose. It is not an easy thing to walk in light. It will cost you. It will require you to let go of people, places, and even parts of yourself that no longer serve the person you are becoming. You cannot carry both the weight of your past and the brilliance of your future at the same time. To step fully into who you are called to be, you must release what no longer aligns with that calling. This release will feel like loss, and you will grieve it, but on the other side of that grief is freedom. Freedom to run without chains, to rise without restraint, to shine without apology. Do not fear the emptiness that comes after letting go, for emptiness is simply space being prepared for something greater. Trust that what is meant for you cannot be taken from you. Trust that your light will attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right doors at the right time. What is aligned with your soul will find its way to you without force. Until then, guard your light fiercely. Protect it like the sacred treasure it is. Do not let just anyone handle it, for not everyone is worthy of that responsibility. There will be nights when the darkness seems overwhelming, when you will sit alone with your thoughts and wonder if shining is worth the pain it brings. In those moments, speak to your soul. Remind yourself of how far you have come, of the battles you have already survived. There were times you thought you would not make it, yet here you are, still standing, still glowing, still carrying the flame that no storm could extinguish. That alone is proof of your resilience. You are not fragile, though the world has tried to convince you otherwise. You are unbreakable because the light within you is unbreakable. It comes from a source far greater than yourself, a source that never runs dry. When your own strength fails, lean into that source. Let it refill you, restore you, reignite you. Your flame may flicker, but it will never go out as long as you remain connected to the one who lit it in the first place. Evil people will often try to convince you that you are alone, that no one understands, that no one sees the sacrifices you have made. This is a lie designed to isolate you. Darkness knows that a lone flame is easier to extinguish than a wildfire. This is why it tries to separate you from others who carry light. Resist this isolation. Seek out those whose spirits align with yours. Those who understand the cost of shining because they too have paid it. Community is a shield. When your light grows dim, theirs will help sustain you until yours burns brightly again. Together, you become a force that darkness cannot comprehend. There is strength in unity, and evil knows this, which is why it fights so hard to keep you divided. Do not fall for its deception. Surround yourself with people who fan your flame rather than smother it. As you walk this journey, remember that not every battle requires your participation. Some conflicts are sent only to distract you from your greater mission. Learn to discern which fights are worth your energy and which are merely bait. The enemy knows it cannot destroy you outright, so it will attempt to exhaust you with meaningless skirmishes. Do not waste your precious light on people and situations that do not matter in the grand scheme of your destiny. Rise above the noise. Keep your eyes fixed on the vision placed within your heart. The higher you rise, the clearer your perspective will become. From the mountaintop, the chaos of the valley looks small and insignificant. Keep climbing until the voices of the envious can no longer reach you. There is a sacred kind of courage required to keep shining in a world that often rewards darkness. It is the courage to be misunderstood, to be mocked, to be targeted, and yet to keep walking in integrity anyway. This courage does not come from arrogance or stubbornness. It comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. You are not here to please everyone, you are here to fulfill a divine assignment. That assignment will not always make sense to those around you. They will question it, ridicule it, even try to sabotage it. But their lack of understanding does not diminish its importance. Some seeds are planted deep underground where no one can see them, yet they are growing nonetheless. Trust the process. Trust that your hidden seasons are just as necessary as your visible ones. Even when it seems like nothing is happening, your roots are deepening, your foundation is strengthening, your light is being prepared for an even greater reveal. When evil people come against you, it is not a sign to stop, it is a sign to press forward. Their resistance is proof that you are breaking through barriers they thought were impenetrable. Every insult hurled at you is confirmation that you are shaking the very ground beneath their feet. Do not shrink back. Do not apologize for the space you take up or the change you bring. You were not created to fit into their small boxes of comfort. You were created to expand, to overflow, to disrupt. Your light is meant to set things ablaze, to burn away the lies and illuminate the truth. That kind of power will always be met with opposition, but it will also leave a legacy. Long after the voices of your critics have faded, the impact of your light will remain. Generations yet unborn will benefit from the courage you displayed today. You are part of a story much larger than yourself, a story of light overcoming darkness, of hope defying despair. So keep shining even when it hurts. Keep shining even when you are tired. Keep shining even when it feels like no one notices or appreciates it. The world needs your light more than you can imagine. Somewhere, someone is watching you from afar, drawing strength from your example, believing in possibilities they never dared to dream because you dared to shine. That is the power of light. It multiplies, it spreads, it transforms, and in the end, no amount of darkness can stop it. For darkness is nothing more than the absence of light, and as long as you keep shining, there will never be an absence. You are the evidence of hope. You are the dawn breaking through the longest night. You are the living proof that evil may rage, but it will never win. And as you continue this path, know that the trials you face are not punishments but preparation. Every tear you have cried, every betrayal you have endured, every season of silence you have walked through was not wasted. It was forging you, refining you like gold in the fire. Do you not see, beloved, that even the pain was purposeful? You were never meant to live a life free of opposition. For those who shine as brightly as you do will always be tested by the shadows. Darkness comes to prove what you are made of, to press you until the essence of your soul pours forth like oil, an offering to the world. There is a sacred beauty in this pressing. It hurts, yes, but it also reveals the unshakable strength you did not even know you carried. Without the darkness, you might never have discovered the brilliance of your light. Without the enemies, you might never have realized the depth of your calling. Sometimes the greatest gift your enemies give you is the very opposition they intended to destroy you with. Their plots and schemes are like storms meant to uproot you, but instead, they drive your roots deeper. Their words of hatred are like arrows aimed at your heart, but instead they sharpen your discernment and teach you resilience. Do not despise the battle, for it is the proof that you are worthy of the victory that awaits you. You see, evil people are merely pawns in a game they do not understand. They believe they are working for their own purposes, but unknowingly, they are setting the stage for your rise. The same pit they dig for you will become the trap they fall into. The very weapons they form against you will backfire, breaking them instead of you. This is the divine justice that governs the universe. What is sown will be reaped, and no evil deed will go unanswered. You need not take vengeance into your own hands, for the Creator of light himself is watching, and his timing is perfect. There will come a day when those who mocked you will watch in stunned silence as you step into everything they tried to keep you from. They will see you crowned in the very glory they attempted to bury. Do not gloat when that day comes, for gloating makes you like them. Instead, walk with grace, your head held high, knowing that your rise is not merely about you, but about everyone who will find healing through your story. Your victory is a light that will guide countless others out of their own darkness. When you shine, you give permission to others to shine too. When you overcome, you show others that they too can overcome. The ripple effect of your courage is immeasurable, stretching far beyond what your eyes can see. But understand this truth: the closer you get to fulfilling your purpose, the more intense the attacks may become. Evil grows desperate when it realizes it is losing control. It will whisper lies more convincingly, send distractions more subtly, and create obstacles that seem insurmountable. This is not a sign of failure, but of breakthrough. The storm rages fiercest just before the dawn. When you feel the opposition tightening its grip, hold on to this, knowing you are closer than ever to stepping into the fullness of your calling. Do not quit. Do not allow weariness to convince you to settle for a lesser life. You have come too far, endured too much, and grown too strong to give up now. There will be voices, both external and internal, that try to tell you that shining is futile, that the world is too dark for your light to matter. These voices are liars. One flame can light 1,000 others. One voice of truth can break through a chorus of lies. History has been changed time and again by the seemingly small acts of those who dared to keep shining when everyone else surrendered to the dark. You are part of that legacy. Your light matters more than you know. Somewhere, a child will grow up with hope because they saw you refuse to quit. Somewhere, a broken heart will mend because your example reminded them that healing is possible. Somewhere, a dream will be reborn because you chose to keep walking when it would have been easier to turn back. Never underestimate the power of your light, even when it feels small. Evil people will always underestimate you. They will mistake your kindness for weakness, your compassion for naivety, your humility for lack of strength. Let them. Their misjudgment is their downfall. For while they are busy plotting against what they think you are, they are completely unprepared for what you truly carry. When the moment comes for you to rise, it will be sudden and undeniable. No one will be able to deny the hand of God upon your life. The same people who dismissed you will be forced to acknowledge your impact. This is why you must never waste your time trying to prove yourself to those who are determined not to see you. Let your work, your character, and your light speak for themselves. The truth always has a way of revealing itself at the appointed time. Do not be afraid to walk alone for a season. There is a sacredness to solitude that evil cannot infiltrate. When you are alone, you can hear the whispers of your soul more clearly, you can receive divine guidance without interference, and you can strengthen yourself for the battles ahead. Loneliness is not the same as aloniness. Loneliness is a wound, but aloneness can be a weapon. Use this time to grow, to heal, to sharpen your vision. When you emerge from this season, you will be unstoppable because you will no longer seek validation from anyone but the one who gave you your light in the first place. And when you do step back into the world, shine even brighter. Do not hide your victories out of fear of provoking jealousy. Do not downplay your gifts to make others comfortable. Your light was not given to you to be hidden under a basket. It was given to illuminate. The right people will be inspired by your brilliance, not threatened by it. The wrong people will fall away because they cannot stand it. Either way, you win. Do not cling to those who cannot handle your glow. Some relationships are only meant for a season, and trying to drag them into your next chapter will only dim you both. Bless them, release them, and keep moving forward. The ones who are meant to walk with you will do so freely, without manipulation or competition. They will recognize your light because it will resonate with their own. Together you will create a firestorm of hope that no darkness can extinguish. It is a strange thing, isn't it, to be both feared and needed at the same time. The very ones who despise your light are also the ones most desperately in need of it. They attack what they secretly admire, for admiration requires vulnerability, and vulnerability is something they have buried beneath layers of bitterness and pride. Though they may never admit it, your courage reminds them of their own cowardice. Your joy reminds them of their own misery. Your freedom reminds them of the chains they have chosen to wear. And so they lash out not because they truly hate you, but because they hate the reflection of themselves they see in you. This is why you must not take their actions personally. It is not really you they are fighting, it is the truth you represent. Still, there will be times when their attacks cut deep, when the weight of misunderstanding threatens to suffocate you. In those moments, lean into the truth that has never failed you. You are loved beyond measure by the one who created you. This love is the source of your light, and it cannot be taken from you no matter how hard the world tries. Close your eyes and feel that love surrounding you like an unbreakable shield. Let it remind you that you are never truly alone, even in the darkest night. Let it remind you that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others, but by the eternal truth of who you are. You are chosen, you are called, you are radiant. No amount of hatred can change that. As you keep walking, you will find that the very pain you once despised becomes part of your power. The wounds inflicted by evil people will heal into wisdom. The scars they left behind will become maps that guide others out of their own darkness. Nothing you have endured will be wasted. Every experience, both beautiful and painful, is being woven together into a tapestry that will one day tell a story far greater than you can currently see. Trust the weaver. Trust the process. Even when the threads seem tangled and messy, there is a design emerging, and that design is glorious. You may wonder why evil continues to exist, why those who harm others are allowed to walk freely while the innocent suffer. This is one of life's deepest mysteries, and the answer is not simple. But know this: evil is loud, but it is not lasting. Darkness may dominate for a time, but light is eternal. The story of humanity has always been a story of light breaking through the shadows again and again. You are part of that story. You are a chapter in the ongoing triumph of goodness over evil. Though you may not see the full ending, your role matters. Every act of love, every moment of courage, every choice to shine is a victory in this cosmic battle. Do not underestimate the power of small, consistent acts of light. And so, as you go forward, let this be your anthem. You will not dim. You will not shrink. You will not apologize for being who you are. You will shine, even if it blinds those who cannot handle it. You will rise, even if others try to chain you to the ground. You will love, even when it hurts. You will forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You will walk boldly into your destiny, knowing that no evil force can stop what has been divinely ordained. One day when you look back on this journey, you will see that every trial, every enemy, every dark night was leading you here, to a place of unshakable strength and unstoppable light. And you will smile, not because it was easy, but because you made it, you endured, you became the dawn the world so desperately needed. And as your light continues to spread, even those who once hated it will be transformed by its glow. For that is the final truth: evil cannot stand your light because deep down it longs to be healed by it. And sometimes, the very ones who fought hardest against you will be the ones whose lives are changed most completely by the love you chose to shine anyway. And so you stand here, in this very moment, not as the same soul who first began this journey, but as someone forged through fire, as someone who has faced the storm and learned to dance in the rain. The enemies who once laughed at your struggles do not realize that every attempt they made to destroy you is shaping you into someone they could never touch. You are no longer merely surviving, you are thriving, because what was meant to break you has built you instead. There is a kind of beauty that only comes from enduring the darkness and choosing, again and again, to walk toward the light. That beauty now radiates from you, undeniable and uncontainable. And that is why evil people cannot bear to be near you. Your very presence exposes their pretense. You do not have to speak a single word. Your existence alone declares their deception. It is why they tremble when you walk into the room, why they roll their eyes at your joy, why they plot behind closed doors to dim a flame they cannot comprehend. They are not fighting you. They are fighting what you represent: freedom, authenticity, truth. But there is another reason they rage against your light, a deeper, more hidden truth. Deep within every soul, even the most corrupted ones, there lies a buried memory of who they were created to be. Though they have chosen darkness, a part of them still recognizes the light when it appears. And seeing you live fully in that light awakens a longing they have tried desperately to silence. Instead of facing that longing and healing their wounds, they choose to attack the reminder of what they have lost. This is why some of your greatest enemies may have once been those closest to you. They saw your journey from the beginning. They knew your struggles, your doubts, your weaknesses. And now, seeing you rise, they are forced to confront the truth that they too could have chosen differently. But instead of changing, they cling to bitterness. Do not let their bitterness infect your soul. Their path is theirs to walk. You cannot heal them by dimming yourself. You can only inspire them by shining brighter. You must be prepared, beloved, for the loneliness that comes with carrying a great light. There will be moments when you will feel like a stranger even among friends, when you will sit at tables and sense that you no longer belong there, when conversations will feel hollow because your spirit has grown beyond the smallness of gossip and complaint. This is not a punishment. It is a sign of elevation. You are being set apart for something greater, something higher.